It's funny how I often hear a lot of women complain and rant about how men aren't stuff, or how all men are dogs, or they're acting in the sense of a dog. And even when I talk to my friends and I just kind of listen to them explain men, I often ask them, their accountability and the entire thing. Like, what are you accountable for? So I often ask them a simple question like, hey, well, what are you baiting with? Because your bait determines a lot of what you catch and also harvest. So if you're baiting with certain things or whatever, you're going to attract certain things. Certain fish aren't attracted to certain baits. That's why you can't catch a shark with an inchworm. So what I ask women is, if men are dogs, are you baiting with dog food? Or are you baiting with old Roy's? Or if you believe men to have very lustful spirits, are you baiting them with lust? A lot of times I see so many lustful things women do and post and dress and etc., but then often ask and demand for respect, which is kind of oxymoronic, in my opinion, because it's like, you're mad about these men for treating you as an object and treating you as just another lustful ideal or a fantasy, but you're baiting with fantasy. So I often say and think, can't fight fire with fire. So in the same sense, you can't fight lustfulness with lust, if that makes sense to you, as it makes as much sense to me. Uh, but just ask yourself and, be accountable and take accountability for your own actions. What are you baiting with? Is it that, you're meeting all the wrong men, and that's just the reality of the situation? Or are you just baiting with the wrong bait? Simply put, just ask yourself that question and take accountability for your actions and what you do and what you say, because not every man or woman you run into may be as bad as you make them out to be, but it could be something within yourself that you could be doing something wrong that you can go back and tweak and change, and maybe you'll reap, different results, or a different outcome based on what you're used to doing. But you can't do the same thing and expect different results. Once again, that's the definition of insanity. So like I said, often ask yourself, because I often hear that all men are dogs, all men are dogs, all men are dogs, and I'm just like, well, are women not accountable for what they do and how they catch the men that they're attracting? Like, when you really think about it, how often do you hear a woman say, well, dang, he real smart? Are all the men I talk to really kind of smart? Or they very intellectual? Because you're not baiting them into intellect or with intellect. And even if you do, it's like, oh, dang, we had an intellectual conversation, but shorty, I can't help but to look at your ass because that's what you baited me with. On the same token, I would say the same thing about men, and men claiming that women ain't loyal. Well, it's hard to be loyal to something that ain't loyal to you, and the only thing you have loyalty to is making yourself readily and steadily available for anybody that got something between their legs. So it's like, oh, they ain't loyal, but are you being loyal? So the same, what I'm saying, I'm just not gonna blame the women saying that dudes are dogs, but it's the same thing goes for men saying women ain't loyal. So it's catch 22 once again, which is the irony in the entire situation. So ask yourself that, man. As always, positive vibes only. This is all I have for y'all today. If it don't make sense, make it make sense. If it don't make sense, ask a friend. Or, just let me know. Leave any questions, comments, or concerns. I love to know what y'all think. Hear y'all out, man. But that's all I have for y'all today. Until next time, Kail's Corner. I'm out.